The neighbors always said something felt off about the house on Linden Street. From the outside, it looked ordinary: fresh paint, trimmed edges, a child's bicycle leaning against the porch. But behind the closed doors, the reality was far darker. Daniel had a temper people only glimpsed in flashes. At work, he was controlled, even charming, but at home, the smallest things could set him off: a misplaced plate, a late dinner, a question he didn't like. Maya learned quickly that silence was safer. At first, it was just shouting. Then came the shoving, then the apologies. Always apologies. Flowers, promises, tears. He would swear it would never happen again, but it always did. When Maya became pregnant, she thought things might change. Things might change. Daniel had seemed almost happy at first, even protective. For a few weeks, the house felt lighter. Then the prayer started. Money, stress, control. You're not doing enough. It would snap even as she struggled with exhaustion and nausea. The first time he hit her while she was pregnant, he froze afterward, as if even he hadn't expected it. Maya didn't go to hospital. She told herself it was a one-time mistake. She told herself she had to stay for the baby. Months passed. The violence didn't stop. It escalated. Every time Daniel convinced himself it wasn't his fault. She pushes me, he muttered once, pacing alone in the kitchen after another outburst. She knows how to make me angry. But deep down, something else was growing. Fear, not of her, but out of losing control completely. Maya began documenting everything, quietly, carefully. Photos, dates, notes hidden in place Daniel would never look. She wasn't ready to leave yet, but she was preparing. The night everything changed. A storm rolled through the city. Thunder shook the windows. The power flickered. Daniel came home late, already angry. Dinner wasn't ready. That was enough. His voice cut through the house, louder than the storm. Maya tried to stay calm, tried to diffuse it, but the tension snapped. This time it didn't stop. The crash of a chair, the sound of something breaking, Maya's cry, it all blurred together. Then suddenly, silence. Too much silence. Daniel stood there, breathing hard, staring at what he had done. Something was wrong, very wrong. For the first time, panic replaced anger. The consequences he had always avoided were no longer distant possibilities. They were right in front of him. The ambulance lights painted the walls red and blue. Neighbors watched from their windows. Someone had called the police. At the hospital, everything moved fast. Doctor, nurses, and nurses' urgent voices. Dennis sat alone in hallway, hands shaking, replaying the night over and over. The excuses he used to rely on sounded hollow now. Hours later, an officer approached him. There are moments in life where everything shifts. When the illusion you've built collapses completely. This was one of those moments. He was arrested that night. The charges weren't minor. They reflected years of behavior, not just one incident. Meanwhile, Maya survived. That alone changed everything because she spoke. She told the truth about all of it: the pattern, the fear, the control. The evidence she had quietly gathered became impossible to ignore. Courtrooms are not dramatic the way movies make them seem. They are slow, methodical, and unforgiving. Every detail came out. Daniel past behavior, the escalation, the choices he made again and again. For the first time, he couldn't interrupt, couldn't control the narrative, couldn't shift the blame. He had to sit there and listen. And as the reality settled in, something else emerged. Not anger this time, but the weight of consequence. The judge's decision wasn't just about punishment, it was about accountability. Years passed. Prison as a way of stripping things down. There are no distractions, no excuses that hold up for long. At first, Daniel resisted. He blamed everyone else. Maya, stress, bad luck. But time has a way of forcing reflection. Programs, counseling, conversation he couldn't walk away from. Slowly, uncomfortably, he began to confront the truth. It has always been his choice. Not once, not twice, but repeatedly. And those choices had consequences he could never undo. Outside, Maya rebuilt her life. It wasn't easy. Healing really is, but she found support, stability, and eventually a sense of safety she hadn't felt in years. The house of Linden Street was sold. New people move in. From the outside, it looked ordinary again. But for those who knew the story, it stood as a reminder of something important. What happens behind the closed door doesn't stay there forever. And no matter how long it takes, action have consequences. On this channel, we talk people stories, we tell story tales, and also this channel is not for violence. This channel is a new channel that we are pleading for your subscription. Please subscribe, follow me for more stories, and also don't forget to like, also comment and share. Thank you.